And welcome back to episode 13 of the Sons of Bananas podcast. And it's good timing because it's April Fool's Day over here, at least in North America. It's a
Wow,
little.
way to date the podcast, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
We have dated it before.
We could have got away with things.
No, we could have dated. We already dated other ones. We've already said, oh, we skipped this one for Christmas or stuff like that. We've done it. We have. Otherwise, I don't think it's a big deal. Okay, going on record here. I don't think it's a terrible deal if we date. We've even done Super
We
Bowl.
date.
We've done.
Well, I mean, after all, we did do every WandaVision, so
Yeah, I don't want to hear any.
Well, Trace,
we
we've
don't
been friends
date
for a
all
long
the
time, so we can start dating whenever you're ready.
Okay, that's good. I mean, I was gonna wait for tomorrow to say it, so just making sure you didn't think it was the April Fool's prank, Ray. But thank you for announcing it today.
He's pregnant.
But
Yeah,
as
don't
always,
trust anything.
as always, I'm joined by my beautiful boys.
meow.
Oh, I can see the thing. It's my penny cheat sheet.
What?
Just that
Hi.
combination.
I am confused.
Hi, confused. That was such a dad joke. Or a dad thing to say.
That might be the worst one.
Yeah.
Abe, you still haven't said your name.
Yeah. He hasn't said his.
We'll just
It's
move
his
on.
persona.
I am Abe.
I'm Grim.
I am Wolf.
I am Navy 21.
Whole Navy.
Then I'm for you, I guess.
My dice hand is itching.
Are you gonna give me up?
Are you gonna let him down?
Oh, no. No.
Okay, this whole thing was. You know what? No, I'm just two.
Is Trace still here or did he leave?
I should have left a long time ago. Should have been the dad who just went for cigarettes and never come back. Also, really, when 2 did this for you, I really like to think it was like it's Nathan for you, but it's 2 for you. And I can't see 2 doing something like that. It's just I don't feel like it is not as natural to like prank people like that.
No, I anything involving April Fools, I don't like.
Well, Nathan for you isn't like April Fools.
I don't
It's
even know
more.
what that is.
It's What's the best way to describe Nathan for you? You know Borat, right?
Yeah, I've
Ah,
heard
why?
of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Abe.
It's like he's always like he's like a less you know how like Sacha Baron Cohen is playing a character, but Nathan Fielder was his name. He's the host of the show, but he's not really playing character, but he's going around and making like people like do things and like making them be in situations. It's kind of hard to explain. You kind of have to watch it, I guess. I'm not the best at explaining it, but it's the how I don't know if you've seen any of like Brat clips. Well, it's it's really weird. Like I guess prank is probably the best way to say it. I just feel like pranking is not like a good way to really describe that show. It feels like it's not doing it justice. If anyone else can agrees with me on that, it's not YouTube prank level. Just put it that way. But sorry, when your intro made me think about that show and how much I need to go watch it. But
okay.
maybe we can go into maybe not things we watch, maybe things that we listen to. Like what music do we listen to? What do you guys listen? What's your favorite bands, genres?
I start out with. I know people use Spotify. I use Bandcamp, and the people I listen to on there. Well, there's 3. There's I don't know how to pronounce it, but there's the YouTube channel Cursed Gazette. They have some really nice music that they use for their videos. It's all made by Epic Mountain, and it's really good stuff. The other one is Danny B, obviously, and Chris. I don't know how to say the second part of the name. Chris Sodolo, I think. He makes music for Risk of Rain 2.
No, I have not died.
And so basically,
yet.
that's video game music.
I'm a lot better
level
now.
Stuff that I enjoyed all the time. think it's, I don't know the genre, electronic, alternative, something like that.
I was gonna say, is that the only music you listen to? Just those three
I
specific
listen,
creators?
if I go into detail, my musical taste is honestly all over the place. I like any song that I just think sounded good. So like, let me pull up my phone. Like my earliest song on my album was DJ Khaled. I wouldn't believe it. I would.
She's
I
still
know
Oh,
having
that's like
alright.
like
really
major
long time
coughing
ago.
fits
Then I listened
from
to
this, but
GTA,
she is
Minecraft.
better, but
I
the
listened
coughing fits are still
to C418.
hurting her.
Then there was some stuff I heard from Ko, like Big Giant Circles, like his Scream Day stuff that was on there. And get some Monster Cat, the Doom soundtrack. That's always the best thing to listen to. And a bunch of other stuff on here. But yeah, my music taste is everywhere. So unless I like it, I'll buy it if I want it.
The new Doom soundtrack, like with
Ah,
I forget
this
I
is the
forget the artist's
problem.
name, but his name's
Mick Gordon,
Mick
but
Golden. There we go.
there's a new guy. There's a new guys for the soundtrack because stuff that I don't want to get into, but Mick's not in it anymore. But
I did
here's
not
the
know that.
thing: OG Doom soundtrack still the best. There's one song missing from the OST because the OST came out a little bit afterwards from the game. But there is one song missing, and if you know, it's the song. Well, the
Mongwen, thank you for the
section of the
sub.
song you would hear is if you're doing the
A
rune
true
trials,
friend is
which are
someone who
basically the
thinks
side
you're a
mission
good
to
egg
unlock
if you're
the runes.
cracked. Happy Easter.
That soundtrack, I've heard
Thanks,
it because
Mongwen.
people
Happy
have
Easter.
gotten it from the game files and uploaded it on YouTube, and that's the only song that's not on the OST, and I'm upset about that. But the new Doom soundtrack was remixed because, well, because again, issues with Mick Gordon, but it doesn't
God.
exactly sound the same as what you would hear in game. And like again, I mostly like, I don't mind doing this because I sometimes just save the soundtrack on my YouTube on my YouTube favorites, and I just listen. Like some people have remixed songs and they sound better than the OST, so I listen to that rather than the actual confirmed song that they made. But like, eh, I don't want to get too into it. I'm fine with listening to. I'm not saying it's bad, but like there's definitely a difference you would hear. Currently though, there's the DLC for Doom Eternal that I'm listening to. It's like it's become a meme that every second track that they've released has the best song that they've made. Like the first one was called Blood Swamps, and the second one is called Reclaimed Earth, and they are just the best to listen to.
I've actually never heard the new ones.
Yeah, the ones the song names are after the levels, so it's World Spear, Reclaimed Earth, and Immora. And World Spear is not bad, Immora is not bad, but Reclaimed Earth is the best. That's a really good track. Sometimes I just replay those games, well, those levels, just because I like the soundtrack.
That's fair. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather listen to them on like a playlist or something instead of having to play a level. But
And the levels also
I
great
understand.
to go back to as well.
Me, I've been listening to more bluegrass lately. The Deep South.
I don't want to say it's a surprise, but it's not a surprise at all.
Before I decided to move down here though.
Oh, and
So
okay,
back in Indiana, yeah.
okay.
Guy turned me on to the Deep South,
Glad you finished that sentence.
which is actually pretty funny because they're a Canadian band.
Of course, the best, the best stuff is not even made in USA.
The best south is actually north.
What? The best South?
Yep, what a heel.
I have such varied taste in music, it's not funny. I would link you a playlist of mine in Spotify, but it's literally all over the place. But I do listen to a lot of electronic dance music, trance, that sort of stuff, because that's what I used to DJ a lot of, and
Lucky
I
you.
find that music good. I actually quite enjoy it.
See, lucky you. When I was a DJ, it was at a club, so can't really play different type of music. A lot of Nickelback.
Excellent.
Been a while. Sorry, it's the wrong one. Is it Nickelback? I can't remember.
That is not Nickelback.
Mm-mm.
Which
No,
one is
no,
that?
no. Tell me why? Oh, God.
No, it's been a while.
No. Who's
Tell me why.
That's a whole different. That's wait.
It's
NSYNC?
in sync.
Excellent.
God, every time I hear Nickelback, I think Creed for some reason.
Hmm. Yeah. Whew.
Just are in.
Oh God.
The bands that have disappeared.
Stained. That's them.
That's who I thought it was.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm like Blake. I listen to everything all the time, randomly. It really depends on my mood or what I'm listening to. Sometimes it's heavy metal. Sometimes it's like 90s instead of 2000s rock, 80s music.
Here's another sort of side thing. I have a album a playlist on YouTube of just ambient soundtrack with some environmental sounds as well. But like, there's what was the Silent Hill? That's the one. Silent Hill, and I think maybe Resident Evil soundtracks I have on there. Like I would
You
buy
say
those
you
as well.
sleep to them?
I did, but mostly it's a ambient rain soundtrack. But I found those with the Silent Hill soundtracks added onto them.
It must be something with your generation. My niece, when she grew up, or I guess it wouldn't be niece, it would be my cousin's daughter. She would not fall asleep until she watched. Okay, right.
I think so. Isn't it second cousin? I think.
Probably.
Yeah, I
But
think
she would not
Second
fall asleep
Cousins.
until
Child, yeah.
Silent Hill was on. She would fall asleep to Silent Hill every night. The movie.
movie.
Growing up.
Yeah,
We're
man.
talking like 5 to 10.
Damn,
You know
young
what I like to
people.
go to sleep to? Silence.
And pitch black.
Same, but how about lights?
kinda
Do you like-
hard.
do you like lights or no lights?
No, I like it. I have like blackout curtains and stuff.
Yep.
Same.
Hmm.
I've gotten crazy sometimes. Like I've gotten like electrical tape because there's like a little red light on the TV in my room. I was like, nope, that's gotta go.
You know what I have?
You know they make eye masks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you have to wear something on your
Think about
face.
that.
You
And
know
then
what I have?
I sleep like so crazy and toss and turn so much. The eye mask would not stay. It would be gone so fast. It would
I
have to be
have
like a whole face mask for it to stick
Okay.
on.
I toss and turn like crazy, and I wear an eye mask, and it doesn't go off. But then again, I have long hair, and it gets just tangled up in my hair. That's probably why.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
bald head. It'll just slip
Uh-huh.
off like it was never there.
As I said that, I remember that. I'm like, that's probably why.
That's
Put a
like
rubber
hats.
band
So
on
wind
an
blows
egg.
just yeah. It's like if I go outside and it's windy and I'm wearing a hat, I gotta be careful. Take it right off my head.
Just get one of those suction cup hats.
Yep, that'll do it. That won't look ridiculous. I'll put a little propeller on it too. Why not?
Sounds
Very
good to me.
Sound good.
Grims, what do you listen to?
It varies. Recently I've
Death metal.
just been no, I've never listened to death metal. Sea shanties, and then those
No.
yeah, and then
Find 'em.
piano like versions of regular songs.
Classical
You-
music is really good
Hmm.
too.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like I said, it varies by mood.
I would have to admit, listen to Goods back when they were able to do the music. I picked up a lot of bands listening
Yep.
to some of the
Ah,
music
yeah.
people play.
You like the
on
acapella group he has on? Used to.
Pentatonics.
He still plays music. He just has to be in the
Yeah, you
Discord.
just have to be in the Discord.
Pentatonics. What a
Yeah.
name I heard in a long time.
How
You
can
know
we
they're
be in the
still
Discord
around.
if we're already in a Discord?
I know.
Dun, dun, dun.
You could do what he does and have two Discords open somehow.
Then you would have to sub your Discord.
I think he
I
has
know.
two open because one's on they're on two separate computers.
I know.
Which reminds me.
You can't be in two channels on two.
No, you can't.
Or two.
I mean, you can have it open to where you can type and stuff, but can't like
Yeah, but you can't have the
Discord
two voices or
voice.
two sounds.
No,
changing.
no, no. He's probably got a whole separate login, doesn't he?
He
Yeah,
does.
he does.
It's called Goodbot or something like that, or Music
Good
Bot.
music.
Yes, right.
But
You guys have got me looking at my playlists on Spotify at the moment. It's actually really, really cool. Going over some of the stuff that I've been.
I thought you were just trying to brag about your old playlist. Like, yeah,
Like, what-
mine's really cool, guys.
What's one of your oldest songs? Let's say, like, again, mine was the DJ Khaled from like I don't know, a decade ago or something like that.
I can't believe you actually like listen to DJ Khaled.
Again,
used
that
to
was 10
have-
years ago. I had a different group of friends. They were more of the, let's say, roguelike adolescents.
Rogue
Roguelike people.
adolescence. Hey, some of the stuff you say.
Roguelike
Instead
people.
of these bunch of old folks he's hanging out with now.
Roguelike people.
We kind of split off because, again, they kind of did their own thing. I actually only met them up again recently.
Could you say they go their own way?
No.
Oh,
I really like to describe someone as a roguelike. I'm sorry.
Aimlessly wander around in 'em.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they did some questionable stuff, not like illegal stuff, but some, you could definitely say, "God, you were stupid." Like, let me tell you a quick story. It's not even that long, but my sister, who was also like, she checked up on them every now and then. One time, when he got his license finally, guess what he did? He posted it on Twitter. His whole
Mhm.
license, driver's license.
oh,
Oh,
Mhm.
he's not
Oh,
like
idiot.
oh, he's not. Oh, when you
One of
say
them
like
did.
roguelike, you mean like stupid.
Yeah.
Just
Again, I didn't know how to phrase it.
Roguelike.
just like I was thinking like rogue, like he did, you know. I don't know what I was
Not
thinking,
the
but it
cool
was
kind
not.
of rogue. Like
Yeah.
the you need to think.
The dumb type. The dumb type.
Yeah, it's just like.
No, he was not he was not classed as a rogue. He's more barbarian.
Mm.
But
Hybrid class.
yeah, he's more of a
Berserker.
hybrid. Yeah,
Oh, but it wasn't. Nah. It wasn't.
he was he was not trained in the way of stealth. Man, I wonder if you guys probably could guess what kind of music I listen to. I really am interested to see what you guys think I listen to.
Backstreet Boys.
All right, there's one guess.
That's a guess.
K-pop.
Absolutely not.
Baby metal.
Baby metal?
Is it called baby metal? Isn't that the
That-
Japanese
that-
thing?
that's an actual
I
band.
mean, I've listened to them a few times, but I
Is
don't.
that another way of saying
Not,
K-pop?
they are not like
No,
a band I
well,
play
I don't.
constantly.
I wouldn't qualify them as K-pop.
No,
at
they'll
all.
technically by classification they're J metal.
Yeah.
Or just metal in Japanese. Yes.
Yeah, I got introduced to that by my sister. And I'm like, what happened? What is this?
No,
It's
you
good.
You know
It's
Baby
actually
Metal
really
is
good.
a
I
band.
found myself
really
liking
good.
it and listening. After questioning it, I went back and went, well, that's good, but why do I? What?
I didn't know any of
I
this
don't know.
existed.
Yeah, it's Baby Mail's real interesting to me.
You know, you keep saying that, and that's a band name. You know that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I know, but that's the only one in the genre I know.
There's a few in that
Doesn't
genre.
mean they're all okay. Well, do you mean like specifically like teenage girls singing metal or Japanese metal? Like what are you defining as that genre to you? What is, Ray?
Who are you asking?
Wait,
Right.
sorry, yeah, I didn't know who you were asking. I was busy
Oh,
doing.
you
something
said
else.
you said something along the lines of like they're pretty good for that genre.
No, I said that's the only one I know in that genre.
Right.
So
I'm
I
just-
can't.
I'm trying
If you're asking
I'm
about
trying
other groups in that genre,
right,
don't
but
know
I'm
anything
saying
about
like, what are you classifying as that genre though? Japanese
Well, two
metal?
said they're not the only ones in there, and I'm like, they're the only ones I
All right,
know.
but I'm saying
Oh,
what
like
would you
baby
say the genre is?
I
Right.
don't know.
Okay.
Metal, like a variant of metal.
Okay. This was just asking is what specific I guess
Feels like a personal attack.
No. I just want to know what you're classifying that as because I could if you actually like that I could try to find recommendations.
No, it's like I said, my music is so mood based. Recommendations don't stick with me because the time I get around to them, it'll be too late.
Yeah,
It's just-
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I do have a few Japanese bands.
Let's put it this
I'm like-
way: I went from listening to Slipknot to listening to Disney soundtracks.
Yeah, you've changed.
Hmm.
You've
That was
changed,
just
yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, that was basically just yesterday. It's
Mm.
just that's how my shit works. It's just like my brain's like, yeah, this now. It's like, okay.
I've done
Or
that too. Like
there's
I'll watch Pitch or listen to Pitch Perfect soundtrack.
Oh
Mhm.
god.
It's not all of the songs.
What is that?
but certain
I
songs.
have-
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Wow.
What is that one called?
That
Something
isn't- yeah.
Jukebox? There's a group that does like covers of modern songs in like an old style. God, I can't remember. They do it really well, but like they do something Jukebox. It's a YouTube. It's a group on
Okay,
YouTube.
you're
I
saying
have-
jukebox. All I can think of is Jukebox Hero.
Yeah.
No, that's
I know.
Speaking of Pitch Perfect, I do have a really good story about the movie, but I have to save that for another time.
postmodern Jukebox. There we go.
It's
They
not.
they do really good stuff. That's the one I was trying to remember.
It is relatively stream appropriate, but I just rather not.
Shut down my cheat sheet. I gotta.
I mean, then again, I have said it to people, but non-stream. But you guys will enjoy it.
Oh
But,
god, you guys have just reminded me of another video that I need to link to you.
I didn't like the last one. I told you don't send me those anymore.
You can send it to me.
I typically listen to like grunge. I want to say again, there's so much genre. Like I don't want to say like a wrong thing.
Grunge
guess
is a
that's-
very, very broad.
Right.
Sort of
That's
genre.
why. That's why I'm gonna say grunge. But there's also like I don't say post grunge, but it's like the modern punk / grunge. I mean, it's like I try to look at this band and see specifically what they would be classified as. But mostly anything that's like kind of rock, and I try to listen to. I mean, I don't know post pop, but I typically listen to that kind of stuff. Or I also listen to things like Death Grips. I listen to some electronic, but mostly rock, mostly like grunge. Well, grunge rock, I guess technically. But see though is a band called Dinosaur Pile Up, Cleopatra. What's another one from getting? But I don't know if you guys have heard any of them. They're probably not super big, so I don't know if that's another like genre. Well, it's like very not niche things, but like up and coming bands. They're not like ones that are selling out constantly. But I'm kind of down for anything. Anything but country. I hate country. I can't stand country. I'm sorry.
I like very few Chris Stapleton and some older country, like God, I can't think of anything tonight. They did a whole song with a movie about him. The Outlaw of Country. God, he was served time in prison. He covered a Nine Inch Nails song.
Johnny Cash.
Thank you. Like him and like Chris Stapleton's about all I listen to. That's just because my mom listened to country most of growing up, so through osmosis I picked up some of it.
Okay, technically the classifications are like indie rock, stoner rock, alternative metal, and hard rock is the classifications. But yeah. I will say I when I hold what you literally just said Nine Inch Nails and Johnny Cash. What was the song that he did?
Hurt.
Hope.
Hurt
yeah.
was he changed it actually in what's his name, the lead singer of Nine Inch Nails actually liked the song after he did an interview talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
it.
Right. But I thought Johnny
Because
Cash
he-
did it first, and then when
Mhm.
I found out it was the opposite way, I was like, "Oh, that's weird." I thought it was
crazy-
Johnny Cash did it first.
Is what I understand is Nine Inch Nails it was about heroin use. And then Johnny Cash changed it to about his diabetes and all that kind of stuff, which I found really interesting.
I think it's a good metaphor of that song. If you if you just listen to it in different ways, you can.
Well, that's
like,
why I don't hate people
change
that
the
don't write
meaning
their
of it.
own music, because just because you don't write a song doesn't mean you can't connect with it, you know?
Well, I think good cover, not cover bands, but people that like sing a song but a different way. Like good way of that is Zombies. Originally, it was great from the Cranberries, but
Mhm.
then I forget their name. The Wolf,
Bad Wolf.
Bad Wolf. Bad Wolf did a really good like rendition of it. It's almost become more popular. I don't want to say that because it feels really weird saying that,
Mm-hmm.
but it's come almost more like synonymous with them. But they did it like as a tribute to the original band and the single. But I think they're all good like forms of.
I mean, it
Cool.
kind of makes you wonder what would happen if it actually came out with them first.
That's true. I I think it would probably would have done pretty good, but that's one of those things you can only assume. But it is a really good song, and I think both of them are fantastic. Like I don't think you can go wrong with either one rendition, honestly.
I'm trying to think. There was another really, really good cover that was done by someone. Like that's another good topic that we could probably use for a later date. Is covers songs that were or covered songs that are better than the originals.
There's a lot.
Ooh,
Hmm.
that's that's whole. That's gonna be a lot of disagreement.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are some that you just cannot like say is better one. For the most part, I think most songs are pretty good. I think most covers are pretty good. Just depends again on the band and whatnot.
I'm trying to remember. There was a particular song like female artist covered an Elton John song. God damn it! Now I'm going to look up things in YouTube.
Mhm.
Down the rabbit hole you go.
Yep.
Like I say, we can always try to save it for next time.
Yeah, we can do
Next
Yeah, we
can
can.
the whole thing. Hit my mic.
You okay? You just cut out.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you just like were saying something. You just cut out.
Oh, I hit my mic.
Yeah.
Then I turned my head, so apparently I got out of my range of my mic
Excellent.
because I was reading my cheat sheet.
Sarah Bareilles covered
Oh, yeah.
Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
I like Sarah Bareilles isn't bad.
I
I
know.
remember her, but I haven't heard that name in years, Blake. Literally years.
Yeah, that cover was one of those ones that you listen to and it's like, oh my god, they've done an absolutely brilliant job of that song.
Korn, that's a weird one, did a cover of a Pink Floyd song that wasn't bad.
I can't remember
Oh
what
yeah,
they
I
did.
know what you're talking about. Teacher.
Copyright.
What'd you say? No, they didn't do Teacher. Was it Teacher?
Oh yeah, that was a different one.
No, they
That's-
did which my dad's a huge Pink Floyd fan, so I've heard all of it. That's one group I can listen to generally, you know, without problems. What's the one called? It's like the when the dude's going crazy in the field, basically.
Another brick in the wall. Yeah.
That music video scared the shit out of me as a kid.
What?
Yeah, it is another brick in the wall.
Okay.
Because they grind up the kids.
Yeah. Oh, it's
And
a.
They probably deserved it.
I don't know. I saw it at a Hard Rock Cafe while I was eating.
So
Oh.
And
everybody knows. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
It drives me as somebody that knows Pink Floyd. Everybody knows The Wall and that album. It's like by far not their best album, but it's the one everybody knows. Stuff like that would drive some, like, because like they've got The Dark Side of the Moon.
That's a
And,
good
like,
album.
So many other, I can't remember the other one that they did after Dark Side of the Moon. It's really good too. But, and it's just everybody's like, The Wall is the only one they can remember. I guess because the movie and all that helps with that. I guess like you could look at, oh, what's his name? The Pinball Wizard?
The
The Who?
The Who. Yeah, like that one sticks out to everybody. And they had so many other songs beside that.
They are also quite known for making songs that the name of the song doesn't fit into the song at all.
Do you remember? Okay, like back in high school, did you go? Oh, middle school. Any of the schools? Did you guys ever have
Any of this school.
a week where you guys dressed up for certain like you guys had certain like theming?
Week.
Yeah, Spirit
Yeah.
Week.
Like I know this because I have a not graduation, a class photo
'Cause they
of
had
my
spirit.
entire class grade, and they didn't tell us that we were taking that day, and we were all dressed up, and there's literally 3 people dressed as bananas on that picture.
Excellent.
We support this.
We had one of the days was I think it was 80s or something, and I did the Who as one of the as for that day. I had a borrowed one of my dad's Schultz of the Who, and had a guitar from Guitar Hero.
So the Who's the 80s?
I thought, oh well, when did they come out? Maybe I got
Who
my
is-
time period.
The Who?
Yeah, the 70s.
Maybe it was
I
the
was
60s.
thinking
Well, they came out in the
It was-
60s, but their big spike was in the 70s, right?
It was the whatever time period they came out of. Whatever time period it was, Ray. Okay.
Listen to us old
That's-
folks.
I'm
I
not
was just
old.
curious if like they were in the 80s. I'm not that old. Jesus, how old do you think I am?
Ray,
I
you
wasn't
corrected,
born when they were big.
you corrected me about the 70s and 80s.
Well, you
Only
said
one-
80s, and I was in my mind going, they might have been popular in the 80s. I don't know. I was
don't know when
3
they
years
came
old when
out.
the 80s ended, so I don't know anything.
I don't know when they came out and when they when they peaked.
When they spawned.
I had something much worse. Yeah, I don't know specifically when they came out and all that. I just know of them.
I just know they came out in a time when drug use was very popular. So, you know, 60s or 80s, either one of those is very interchangeable at this point. Shit, throw
Good.
the 70s in there too.
They just came out.
Just the drugs changed. They used to use LSD and dough and pot,
I'm
and
glad
then
that's-
towards the 80s they switched to cocaine. Probably still did LSD.
I really like that's the time period settle here is whenever what drugs will come back in that
Well,
time.
it was a thing. I mean, look at Miami Vice in the 80s. That screams cocaine,
Then do it for the money. I'm willing to pay good coin to someone who...
right, Lone? I'm just gonna throw him under the bus.
We actually brought up Miami Vice last week when the somebody printed a picture off and stuck it on the glass wall. Or not glass wall, the fucking window.
Are you okay, love?
Well, glass wall, window, they're really the same thing. If you think about it.
Oh, but where did that come from?
Glass wall?
Yeah, they
Help me,
stuck it
I'm
on the
stuck behind
window.
this glass wall. Help.
No.
I wish you could have seen
Oh.
my hands miming a box right then. Well, this is going
Oh.
off the rails.
Mm-hmm. I mean, after all, we were talking about bands, right?
Yeah.
Par for the course.
Dude, do
I
you
was
have any
thinking about
good
drugs
music?
because of Pink Floyd. That was it.
Yeah, Pink Floyd is definitely a little bit.
Yeah, it's like,
Out
boy, there's a
there.
lot of LSD for this one.
I will say, the last time I listened to Pink Floyd, I was back down at my old house. That was like the week I was there when we were just finishing things up, and it was actually the last night before we were leaving forever, and I had a really bad stomach ache because for whatever reason, bulking really upsets my stomach. It makes me feel like deathly ill.
It's probably that fake, the fake grill taste.
have no. I typically get the chicken.
They spray their shit with that. Yeah.
So like it was really getting me like bad, and I really was like scared about like having like throwing up or anything. And so my dad was like, just sit in my recliner, just take it easy, drink some water, and just listen to some music. And he put on a Pink Floyd song. I can't remember what song it was, but like like it made me feel a lot better because it calmed me down. And I was just sitting there like rocking back and forth, listening to Pink Floyd, and it was such a trip without even any drugs. It was really interesting. I think that is like if I ever were to trip, that's absolutely definitely the music I would listen to.
I think
But
the last time I heard it was in the new Dune movie. Dune with an N. Before we get in that conversation again, the Dune movie advertisement, what do they call it? Trailer, that's the word.
advertisement. I mean, essentially it is if you think about it. Dude, do you have any music? I think you're the only one. Well, I think
Music I like is a lot older, mainly because I've grown up with parents that. Well, let me put it this way: my dad is nearly 70,
mm-hmm.
so my music taste is a lot older. Like all along the Watchtower. Does anyone here know that?
Sounds
Yes.
familiar.
Do you know
Notice-
who originally,
Notice who answered.
That's the oldest
Have you
person
not
here, if we're
seen?
honest.
Have you not seen the Watchmen remake?
Oh yeah, it is in there. I know that song.
Okay.
It's a huge theme in that
Yeah.
in that movie.
Now, who was the original singer of that? Because a lot of people don't know this.
Some guy that's probably dead or old now.
Mm-hmm.
The brutally true answer.
Yes, but still, that's not what I was looking for.
That wasn't Hendrix, was it?
Wrong.
That's what everyone thinks
Is it-
because it's so famous for
Yeah,
him.
I
But
know.
he's not
it's-
the,
Hendrix was the
wrote
one that actually made the song like super
Famous.
super famous. Yeah.
but he's not the one who wrote it.
Well, you
Do
can
you
tell
think
us.
he-
We just gonna like.
I'm gonna see if Blake can figure it out without looking it up, or if I'm just
No,
gonna
no, I
Bob
haven't.
Dylan.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
That surprises
See, that
me.
actually kind of makes sense.
Really? I guess so. I guess the way they change it, yeah.
But yeah, I like songs from that era. And if you're wondering what era that is, All Along the Watchtower out in 1968.
My parents were 7 years old at that time. Oh wait,
My
here goes the
dad was
math.
18. My dad was 18.
Wow. Well, this section of who listens to older stuff, I think, to wins.
who's the
Unless
old
anybody
one
wants to claim like,
I also listened to
Jazz.
Beethoven.
okay, that's the oldest.
Classical,
So-
classical music is really really good. I do
I
like
love-
classical music.
I sometimes listen to indigenous music of cavemen banging on logs.
At least you
Or
made
yodeling.
it. What?
Yodeling.
That's
I wouldn't say that's the classification of
yeah.
cave-in banging on walls, but you know.
I like to listen to the Big Bang.
I like to listen to the universe. Just the hearing all the destruction and chaos of the universe, you know. All right, never mind. Bad joke.
No, it was good. It was just something I was distracted.
Speaking of chaos and destruction, like my neighborhood got fucked up by that tornado last week. It was actually same night as the podcast. That's why I can't remember that we did the podcast. I was had a tornado come by.
Oh, that'll sucked your memory right out, did it?
But supposedly, like right next to us did, and like all downtown got completely fucked over. I
Damn.
haven't seen any of it, but this is what I've heard from my parents. So
That's what happened a couple years ago near where my hometown is. It wiped out this church. It was built in the 1800s. I mean, like, it picked up the church and there was like nothing left. Just took it with it. It's like the craziest shit I've ever seen. It's like you can like it was right along the river in downtown, so you can see like the swath of trees and buildings that are just gone after the tornado and after they cleaned up. It was like a perfect trek. Like it was so crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
I hold the wind pickup, but I never actually hold the NATO because obviously it would have been much closer if you hear it. But it did not go power out for basically 18 hours. So, but other than that, it was not that huge, like for my household. But it's awful. I'm glad I moved to from hurricanes to tornadoes. It's a good change.
You'll still get hurricanes here too.
Oh, I know.
But
Well,
they'll
I'm
be
pretty
like by the
sure.
time they get there, the main thing will be flood and stuff.
Yeah, well,
You tell me Florida doesn't get tornadoes?
no, we've gotten like one or two, like in my area specifically.
Isn't Florida the state with the highest lightning strike of any state?
Yeah,
Mhm.
lightning strike, not a fucking
But
tornado.
that's like usually those kind of storms like that are the ones that carry tornadoes.
Yeah, yeah, you do know there is something called Tornado Alley, and that's down the center of the, like across the center of.
Yeah, do
US.
you know
It's not
Alabama
in
and Georgia is kind of towards the end of Tornado Alley?
Yeah,
You know, it
They
extends
got-
that far.
Yeah.
They got different tornado alleys now. There's a Midwest alley. There's a South alley.
At least in the Midwest, you can see it coming. In the South, just trees and darkness. You'll just be, well, what was that? Well, we're dead. You just have to embrace it. Just go out there and flip it off and see what happens.
The biggest like disaster in Florida is the hurricane, but we don't have that much wildfire. But I do know of like a lot of just random fires happening, mostly because it's just there's like some swampland, but it's just trees, and obviously it feels weird that it's like swamp. Oh yeah, those like ton of water. Why is everything being set on fire? Well, we do have like some like there were some dry spells that actually made everything super dry, but mostly in the summers when we get a lot of rain. But during the winter, it gets actually pretty remarkable dry. I don't know if that's anyone else experiences that.
Where was it? It must have been Reddit that I was looking at, where there were the guys at Top Golf actually trying to play in the middle of a tornado.
I don't even want to
Excellent.
say what I was just thinking. That Blake, it must never rain in Austria because they're on the other side of the earth and it would just run off.
In Austria.
Australia.
Austria.
Sorry, cut out for me, Austria.
It's just when they like cut up Australia and just like sell off Pulse, and they just
Just
have to
like-
maintain.
The
Some.
sun never shines in Australia because it's on the other side.
Yeah, Blake, can you confirm this?
Nothing it's like the underworld.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Look at how powerful it is now.
But we don't really get that many tornadoes here.
That's good. I mean, you guys have everything else that can kill you. At least it's one natural disaster down.
I was gonna say,
We
do you
still
guys get
them,
the
but they're
dust
just
devils?
not common.
You guys get dust devils, don't you?
All sorts of stuff.
They might not call them
That's
dust devils
just
there.
one
It
of
might call them like dust kangaroos or something. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just trying to see if I can get a rise out of Blake.
That's why I was trying to go with the dust devils.
Nothing else.
They're Tasmanian devils, thank you.
I'll see you later.
Fight well, Ava.
Tasmanian devils
Are
are
Tasmanian?
kind of endangered.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know
Has
that.
it- some
Tasmanian
kind of disease or
tigers are
something?
actually thought to be extinct. Yes.
Tasmanian
No, I
tiger?
think they
Tigers?
found
I've never heard of a tiger.
Hold on.
You've never heard of a tiger? They're usually stripy. You can
Okay,
see them
right.
on the Frosted Flakes box.
Ray.
Huh?
Don't
Meet 'em.
we go to Alabama.
It's a long ass drive for. I bet you'd get less angry as you drove.
Okay, I'm looking up Tasmanian tiger, and this is an interesting animal.
It is. There's been lots of debates about whether or not it actually is extinct or not, but it's more than likely that it actually is.
Really, I
Like
don't say it's
there have been random sightings of Tasmanian tigers in the wild, but just no one's really like it's a wild story if you ever want to read into that.
yeah. I have some videos here that I actually kind of
Okay,
want to
great.
watch later.
I'm just talking away and I'm muted.
I feel like the tigers are probably still alive, but they're like like small numbers in secluded area somehow.
Yeah,
Like
they were
Bigfoot.
hunted.
Or they're
villagers.
probably like owned by like some like random like Australian like millionaire who just has them like in his
So I
secret
can make
lair.
myself laugh. Just over here making myself laugh. Oh. Trace, did you even hear what I said?
No.
When you were talking about how low numbers they were, I said, oh, like Bigfoot.
I didn't even hear that one.
I heard it. I just didn't dignify it.
Make myself laugh so hard. It's so stupid.
Okay, good question for everyone. Is
Mhm.
Bigfoot real? Yes or no?
Is he or was he?
Is.
Uh,
Is I guess yes and is means he could have been. I'll accept that. But is Bigfoot like an actual creature? Bigfoot real?
Like,
Yes or no?
alive today?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe.
but does
Okay.
it count that I have size 16 shoes? Does that count?
You're Bigfoot.
He probably is actually.
Is that why he
Bigfoot.
always looks back at the camera like that? Some dude. What? What are you looking at?
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, we
let's
change- we
quantify that
change-
with who believes in ghosts here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I do.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, Lone.
I'm mostly skeptical. I got to see it to believe it. So
That's how I was.
I'll go on go. I mean, I love going on ghost hunts. I'll go on ghost hunts, but I'm typically one that will, just walk in. I've only walked out of my old house, in the basement. I only walked
Say
out of
my
there
old
once.
house or mold house? Because I definitely heard mold house.
My old house.
Okay.
I heard mold house too, so you're not alone there.
I was living there by myself at the time.
I mean, look how
Down
high
in
level
the
he is on Phasmophobia.
Well, I'll quantify mine with no. Even
Yeah.
though there was probably a time when I did, but that time has passed.
I'm saying absolutely not. There's no way ghosts are real.
I'm
do.
skeptic. I think there's something, but I don't think it's ghosts. I think there's a
What do you think there is?
phenomenon. I think it's a phenomenon because physics is
Multi-dimensional.
weird.
Phenomena. Oh,
Again,
sorry.
skeptic.
Phenomenon, dude.
I'm really
But I think
giggly
there's-
tonight. I haven't even
there's
been
some-
drinking.
You all.
There's something special going on. Whether it's ghost, I don't believe so. But again, I wouldn't know what to call it.
Electromagnetic disturbances.
Well, I mean, like, there was also this report once where people saw lights right before an earthquake, and they think now that some effects of electricity occur when plate tectonics move. So, like, there's definitely, again, phenomenon that happen, and I don't know.
Phenomenon.
I wouldn't describe it as ghost. I think you would have to have more study on it.
I'll never be able to hear that word without thinking that again. I've done that
Tried
to
to
myself.
avoid it.
I don't personally think there's any way there are actually true ghosts out
Okay.
there.
So, Las Vegas, if we ever do our meetup, we're going to the haunted house place.
No,
There's a haunted house.
Oh, you don't know
You
about
find
this?
them anywhere.
I refuse to go there just because I don't like the person who owns it.
See,
Who
two
owns
knows
it?
who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
He's an
who owns
what's
it?
yeah? What's
It's the TV show Ghost Adventures. He's
Oh.
out of Las Vegas, and that's where the museum is.
The asshole.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't know if I can go to anything that's
The
run
problem
by
I have,
Ghost Show
Achievement
people.
Hunter. Yeah, the problem I had with that is like Achievement Hunter talked about when they did Ghost Haunter. They always seem to find something wherever they go to these places. And like Achievement Hunter, it was never, you know.
Achievement Haunter.
Yeah, instead of Hunter, they called it Achievement Haunter.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them believed, and some of them were not. And there was some funny ass shit in there. Like they went to this place where Elvis Presley performed. So one of them was out there with a guitar trying to do the thing because it's like some of them just don't believe it's true. They just do it because it's funny. And he's out there on the stage, and the other guy comes out, and he's dressed up as Elvis.
No.
And he's going, It's
No.
so funny.
Mean.
That's how they take it, though, is that it's like, yeah, maybe this happened, but let's fuck with each other while we're here, because they scared the shit out of each other, too. Because they like the whole theory of, you know, the more scared you are, the more likely a ghost is to show up.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they do, it is so funny. They've only did a couple seasons of it, but yeah, that's, see, that's, my problem with the ghost hunting shows is like there's some producer over there going, okay, we didn't get that, but take two, act surprised, and go.
So,
I agree with that.
Hey, I will tell you a good one. Kindred Spirits.
All I can think of is Ghostbusters theme now. I'm sorry. I don't know why that jumped into my head, but Ghostbusters is all in my head.
So, fun fact, one of the first videos I ever tried to make on YouTube was about like a show like that. I can't remember exactly what the name of it is, but this is back, maybe 8 years ago now, 7 years ago. I was up at my grandparents' house up here in Georgia, and I was back in Florida. And I was watching it with my cousins, and I was like, oh, this is awful. This is terrible. Like, it's so fake. All the reactions are fake. I only liked one of the like people like doing the show. But from there on, I got the whole idea of making a YouTube video about it and being like, okay, this is so dumb. Like, look at all this dumb show, whatever. And that was the first YouTube video I really tried to make. But yeah, I hate shows like that. So I think most of them are garbage. I don't think I've been entertained by any of them. It's just like all like, like you said, Ray. Like there's a lot of like overreaction or like not genuine responses. Like at least make it like more entertaining. I feel like I'd be more entertained by like people messing up lines.
Have you ever seen? There's a show called like Big Fish Hunter. I always think of that show when I think of these hunting shows, because he's always talking about all these fish have been spotted. He never fucking catches the big fish. It's like you are the biggest fucking cock tease that's ever existed on the face of the earth.
That sounds great though.
It's so bad. It's like, oh, there's a big fish here, and then there's like a whole dramatic scene where you can clearly tell he's not fishing for jack shit, and it comes up with like a 10-pound catfish, and it's like, well, this is shit. What am I watching? This fish has eaten villagers. Wow, and then he pulls up a tiny catfish.
Wait,
So
what
annoying.
villager? A baby that was just born? Like, do they feed the fish?
I don't know. Was it like somebody's pet cat? What does this mean? Is that a villager?
Entire village has been ravaged by this one fish.
It's just so. I hate shows like that. The over dramatized. That's why I can't watch a lot of reality TV.
I think
it's so freaking
specifically
over-dramatized.
the reason why I hate it was the main character was a psychic, and they were trying to pass it up as like some psychic like weird, what's going on here bullshit, and that's the reason I hated it. Because the character I liked was like a former cop. And it's like at least he's like talking to the people, trying to be endearing to them and whatever. But then like he brings in the psychic after he gets like the explanation from, oh, what happened, what do you think's here, all that. And then she's just like insane out the membrane, and they obviously like want her to be, because that's how you get the ratings of, here's this insane like psychic, you know, doing whole cool psychic mysteries or whatever. I don't know, it just sucked. I don't know if any of you guys have shows that you really hate like that. Those are my personal hatred ones.
I feel like a lot of shows right now are just fake.
over
Overdram-
dramatized.
Yeah, I mean,
So
their
I'm
main thing is to get viewers.
gonna post something in here, and not now, obviously, since we're all doing this, but just watch this episode of the show, and if you can explain this, go for it and tell me how it works, okay?
Yes, please explain it for people streaming.
Oh no.
It's actually a good show. This is a really good show.
Where's it at? What am I looking at? Where am
Oh,
I? At?
I thought the name of the show was Ghost Train.
No,
So did
it's
I.
Kindred Spirits.
I thought it was like Soul Train, but instead it was just
Are they, oh, I thought both. I didn't read that right, and I thought both their names were Amy something.
Amy and Amy.
Amy and Amy. Amy goes this way, and Amy goes this
Is
way.
there a show like that where it was like both of the main stars all the same name?
It has to be right.
Probably.
Oh, that'd be great. Jake and Jake have to go solve the mystery. God. Would you say Jake and Jake, or would you say like Jake's? What do you think the proper way of saying that would be?
Jake with State Farm. That's what I think of.
Thank you. Thank you, Ray.
Every time somebody says Jake, I can only think of that commercial. What are you wearing? Khakis.
You sound
I think
hideous.
the new revamp of it is actually pretty good too.
I haven't seen. I
The-
don't watch
the
a lot
new
of
Jake.
TV. I see a lot of
It's
commercials
only
anymore.
mainly for the Super Bowl.
That's weirdly, now that I don't watch that much TV, it's like people talk about commercials, and I'm like, I feel like I'm missing something, but I'm not really.
But I got a question for you, Ray.
You have a Coke?
Do you have a Coke for me? I don't drink Coke. I'm sorry. Unless it's got alcohol in it, then I might drink it.
I'm probably more of a Pepsi man. Actually, I fucking hate Pepsi. Coke is way better.
It's
I'll drink
horrible.
either one as long as there's rum or bourbon or whiskey in it.
By itself, though. If you had to drink one by itself, which one would you drink?
I'm Pepsi.
Oh,
But
Ooh.
the only Pepsi I like is the one with the real sugar in it, not the one with the corn syrup. I like specific Pepsi, or even like I like Diet Pepsi over Diet Coke. Let's put it that way too. If I'm gonna drink a diet drink.
Got a question for everyone.
3.
What is the dumbest thing you've ever heard?
Can I count some of the stuff that's been said tonight?
Absolutely.
I work
think-
at a car dealership in the parts department. Come on now.
Oh yeah, that's right. I really want to lead into what you got.
I
Ray.
work at a payroll department with some people that I swear were born yesterday.
Well, please go ahead, boys. Tell me what is the some best stuff you got.
Go ahead, Ray.
I have to think about it, which is the dumbest of the dumb. Let's see.
I mean, you can ask the person. The biggest thing in the parts business, we go by VIN numbers, which is basically every vehicle has an identification number.
It's like in the
So-
name.
hmm Yeah, well, yeah.
Vehicle
Some
identification number.
You did say that. It's like saying PIN number.
mhm.
It's same, same as
Yeah,
a CAC.
But
or
you'll be on
ATM
the
machine.
phone with them, and you ask them for the last date because that's what Ford goes by is the last date, and basically, oh, you mean the last 4 you need? And it's like, come on now. And then you ask, okay, what color? Or what's the exterior color? Well, the interior is gray.
There's like 12 different cars with that same interior color. That's not helpful.
Mhm.
Well, not only that, but he asked for the exterior color.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, people don't listen. What amazes me at my work is how many people don't know their social, don't know their date of birth, don't know where they live, just stuff like. And then they get mad. Well, I didn't get my W-2. What's your address? Well, I moved 6 months ago. Did you ever let us know? No. Were we supposed to just guess that you moved?
Yeah.
You're supposed to. The favorite saying around there is, "Let me pull my crystal ball out and see if I saw this coming." Because it's just like, I don't know. It drives me crazy what these guys do sometimes. It's like, how have you made it this far in life? What's happened?
Are you
How
still
have you done
alive?
this? Yeah. This is when sometimes you go, boy, natural selection was a thing, wasn't it?
It's like damn plastic forks.
How are you still alive? Like,
Each time you get that reference. Metal forks in the electric outlet as a kid.
That hurts.
I know you're talking about, Lone, but don't exactly know what you're getting at.
Metal, electric.
Oh,
plastic.
sticking forks in sockets is what he's talking about.
It's very
Yeah,
I
shocking.
wasn't listening. I was looking at something else for a while, but yes, I got it when I came back. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, I'm sure anybody who works in a customer service field at all can probably understand that.
I mean, it's kind of like just driving down the road. I mean,
Jesus. Here,
some of those-
here, I know you're an idiot. Here's a 1-ton vehicle to kill somebody with.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I love model.
I could tell when somebody's looking at their phone every time. That is no joke. I can always tell by how somebody's driving if they're looking at their phone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're not staying in their lane and their speed is varying. Ah, I know what's going on here. It just amazes me. I think it's surpassed drunk driving, hasn't it? Oh, the other day,
Most
here's a fun
likely.
one for you. You talk about stupid people. I'm going down this road. It's a 4-lane road. And me and this guy are behind this SUV. We're both behind him in 2 separate lanes because he's riding in the center of the 2 lanes, all right? I'm like, well, you're an idiot. I just thought he was an idiot. I finally find a point to get past him. He's not just an idiot. He's a crazy idiot. Because he was reading 2 pieces of paper. He was reading 2 pieces of paper in front of, like sitting on top of the steering wheel. He was holding them up where you would see other cars, maybe?
And yelling, "You're not driving a Tesla!"
Just crazy. He was driving an old SUV. It was old dude. But I used to know a doctor that I used to go fishing with. He would get his mail, like we were going out of town. He'd grab his mail. We get on the interstate. He'd start reading his mail on the road. This man is a doctor. He's got a,
Holy shit. That is pretty metal.
this is like, this is how people die. Or my grandmother used to clap when she listened to gospel. She'd be going 80 miles an hour, take both hands off the wheel to clap. Well, I'm gonna die. At least I know God's waiting for me. Just crazy shit.
Got it. You know now that you said that, I can actually see some of my family doing that.
Yeah.
It gets me scared.
It's like I when I got older, and like I used to when I was a kid, I would say, and she'd be clapping along. I'd be like, "Do you want to see Jesus sooner or what? What the hell's going on here?" She stopped doing that when I started saying stuff like that. Just like, I know you want to see Jesus, but let's not do it today. Preferably. I'm just saying.
Not right now.
Yeah.
Is that where you want to be when Jesus comes back?
Oh god, the thoughts I've.
Oh god, that's another reference that I think a lot of you aren't gonna get.
Nope.
Is it an Australian thing?
Nope.
Is it just an old people thing?
The movie reference.
What movie?
Joe Dirt.
Yeah, I thought it sounded familiar. I haven't seen
Yeah,
Joe
it sounds
Dirt in forever. Joe Dirt's such a good bad movie.
Oh dear.
Remember, what's his name?
Adam Sandler?
David Spade.
Yeah. Remember Adam Sandler used to be funny?
Yeah.
The Lunch Lady song.
What's that?
Anything.
Medium pace.
You've
Have
ever
you ever
heard
heard
of an
that song?
SNL skit?
Which one?
Either the Lunch Lady one or the At a Medium Pace.
No.
The Lunch Lady is the Sloppy Joe song. You've probably heard that one
Yeah.
that he did.
At a
It's
medium
called The
pace
Lunch
is
Ladies.
absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. It's an old SNL skit that he used to do. I mean, I guess back when they were all on SNL, most of them were funnier than they are now.
Mhm.
It's like they get off SNL, it's like, I don't have to try anymore.
Well, I don't think it's that they don't have to try anymore. It's that they don't have the writers there to actually make the funny shit anymore.
I don't know.
mean,
I think
no dick in
he
the
was a
box.
writer too. I don't think like him and like David Spade, which David Spade had some other shows where he was funny, but
Mm.
I think they were writers as well as they weren't just characters on there. They actually did some of the writing and stuff.
Again, that doesn't really surprise me.
The only I can only remember a few SNL sketches though. I'll be honest. I don't think
Yeah, man down by the river. You live in a man down by the river, living in a van by the river. Blake probably remembers that one. That was old. What's his name?
Surprisingly, SNL wasn't really that big down here.
God, who?
Well, it's because
isn't
it's on
really
in
that
the
big down
afternoon
here.
to you, right?
Yeah. What's his name? Did Black Sheep and Tommy Boy?
Chris Farley.
Chris Farley. The man
yeah.
down by the river was his skit when
I
he
mean,
was a
Coke Farley.
yeah. When he was a guidance counselor on this show. If you don't get good grades, you live in a van down by the river. It's hilarious. It's also very much the era of the show too. Like I haven't watched it in forever, and it would probably be a completely different show.
Shoot, they use that as threat. That'd be Wolf's like dream right there.
Actually, I thought about that too. I was like, that skit wouldn't work because that sounds good.
Well, anyone else have any good things that really dumb people have told you?
I have so many, I just can't think of them right now.
Oh, I'm sure you do with what you do.
It's what I see. Like the most random, like the most hilarious ones are the people that will run towards the door of a train, then like jump on, then stick their head out the door to see where the train is going, as the doors are closing.
Okay.
Excellent.
This is why all doors can have to have safety things to keep stupid people from dying.
Mm-hmm.
Like yours is like above ground commuter trains, right?
Yeah.
Imagine that in a subway. Let me look, see where the train's going. Oh shit, there's a wall. How many people died in
like this-
subways before they?
Like there's numerous times where you've seen people just bolting to get onto a train, manage to get on the train, stick their head out to have a look, realize that the doors are closing, pull their heads back in, and then hit the emergency button to say, "Hang on, I'm on the wrong train."
Oh no! Oh no!
That probably delays the whole line, doesn't it?
Tell me, you guys have a charge for emergencies that are non-emergencies.
Well, technically, there's two emergency buttons. One of them basically just goes to the driver or the guard, where they answer it and say, "What's your emergency?" And one where it basically, well, what it does is it releases the door, which means that you have to stop the train immediately.
So like for fire or something like that.
Yeah.
Release the door. Yeah.
Release the
Have
grabs.
you had it?
Most of the time, the idiots will hit the correct button, and we just look at them and laugh.
Do you have a camera looking at it?
Yep.
Good, so you can watch them in real time.
So how many times have you seen somebody running for the door, miss it, and bounce off the door? Because that's what I would die. I would like roll out of my seat laughing if I saw that.
I've personally seen it twice.
Now, do you control the doors? So, like, if you see somebody running, you kind of push it to close it a little early to see what would happen. I mean, you don't have to say you control the doors, but do you?
I can neither confirm nor deny that I have done such a thing.
Yeah, but they do control the doors. I'm pretty sure. I bet some way or fashion. So that reminds me, my dad works for state troopers, and when college, like one of the college towns has a game at their stadium, they have a light right there that's like designed for pedestrians, so the cops control it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They hit a button, they can turn it red or green or whatever to let the people by. One of the cops is telling us, if you ever, they don't have a speed thing there usually, but if you ever see a car coming that looks like it's going a little too fast, their favorite thing to do is wait until he's on, because when you're pulling up to it, there's clearly a bunch of cops sitting there, right? At least 2 or 3. So you're being mindful. I'm going to speed limit, most of the time. But if these guys are speeding, he says his favorite thing was to wait till last minute and change the fucking light to red. And he's like, man, you should see the fucking trail, the marks they leave sometimes. And then they look at us scared out of their mind, and we just wave at them at the red light. It's like, dude, I guess you're bored, Or like Talladega, when the NASCAR people are leaving from there, there's a whole line of state troopers that sit there and watch everybody leave, right? Because they convert that 4-lane highway into a one-way road when it leaves. And they'll play the game of who's going to fall over because their fucking drunk ass rednecks come stumbling out of there. And they're doing this like the little wobble walk, and they're going, I'll bet you $10 on him. And sure enough, it's just wham. And you see money exchange. And that's just what they do because it takes like 2 to 3 hours to clean that place out. I'm like, yeah, that's probably what I would do too. Bored out of my mind. Here, let's play this game. So it's just stuff like that makes me laugh. It's like, yeah, I bet that job is mostly boredom mixed in with a whole shitload of excitement every once in a while.
I'm lucky that my college didn't have any drink settle games, because I would have not loved to deal. I would have not liked to deal with any drunk students or drunk. I guess guests, or what do you call people that go to games? Oh, fans, I guess.
Yeah.
But I used to work at a ticketing office, and though a few times where we've had a few people obviously be drunk coming into a game, and some of them are not the easiest to work with.
Yeah. We do college stadiums. I think LSU is the only one that can have alcohol.
Really?
Yeah. No other one is supposed to serve alcohol.
That's
I don't know how LSU has gotten that special. But yeah, but that doesn't mean that people that don't freaking tailgate all day don't sit there and drink and don't bring in, flask and stuff like that.
Right.
They're supposed to, I guess they probably don't anymore since they're so much more thorough on checking the packages and stuff. But yeah, it's like, I've never been a huge sports guy anyway, so I would go to a few games and be like, about partway through the game, be like, why am I here? But yeah, it's a thing. It's just drinking is a part of life here, at least.
In the South, yeah.
Yeah. So,
the cost of alcohol in those stadiums is the cost of alcohol in stadiums here is absolutely prohibitive.
oh, it's the same here. Like if you go to like an MLB or NFL game, yeah, it's just like, well, I'd rather not.
I mean,
I'll have this one Bud Light. Yay.
Do they only serve light beer?
No, they usually only serve shitty American beer, if I'm honest. Which is like Bud Light, Miller Lite, stuff like that. Personally, not a favorite. If I'm going to drink beer, I'd like to drink something that's worth the calories. But yeah, like the baseball stadium here, like we had like I said like about 12 times. We had a work thing there, and the beer they had, you either Bud Light or Michelob Ultra. I was like, oh, so I can have pissy water or water with a pissy aftertaste. That's good.
Just not a beer drinker. I can't do the yeast.
I like dark, like Newcastle and stuff. I like dark beer. If I'm gonna drink a beer, I want to taste it.
I used to do Irish car bombs.
I'm sorry, what?
Irish car bombs.
Is it Irish whiskey with
Okay, you take a shot of Bailey's and Irish whiskey,
Mm.
Jameson, preferably,
Yeah.
and then you take Guinness.
Yeah.
You fill it up 3/4 of a pint. Okay, you drop it in the shot glass into the actual glass, and you have to drink it before it curdles.
Yeah, it tastes as bad as you think it would too.
Not after like 8 of them.
No, that's like beer. Beer is like that's how you learn to drink beer. You drink enough of it and it all tastes good. It's like any alcohol. After a certain point, it's like, well, it's okay.
I mean, I just really enjoy the name Irish
car
Car Bomb. Yeah.
Is it a duck fart a similar thing?
Hey, do you want to know what my other drink is?
What?
Go ahead.
Dead Nazi.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that
That
one
is-
called?
Dead Nazi is Jaeger, Rumpelmints, and it's supposed to be 151, but a lot of bars don't do 151. Bacardi.
Anybody else have sex on the beach?
You're talking too much of nerds.
No. It's a drink. It's a drink. Not literally. It's a drink called Sex on the Beach. I think there's a bunch of variants of it too. It's basically like Long Island iced tea.
I subscribe to the Anakin rule when it comes to sex on the beach.
Sand gets everywhere.
Kill all the younglings?
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Oh,
I like how Grim has almost said nothing tonight, and that's his contribution.
A good contribution.
Yeah, it won't be forgotten.
Oh god, that's so bad.
It's real bad. Well, that ended that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I can say to that.
I can't say anything.
No,
He's good
you
about
can't.
doing showstoppers.
But the show's still going on.
So we have to keep talking.
You know, I'll put that one on the dumbest things you ever hold.
Wow.
Yeah,
Maybe
like
not dumbest. Maybe I can't even think of what list it would go on.
The FBI most wanted list?
Yeah, that's it. That's the one I'm looking at.
I mean, between the last thing we said in the past, 5 minutes, at least I've said.
Yeah, but you can say those are drink names. I don't think Grimm's can defend himself saying that's a drink name.
It's a movie reference.
Yeah.
I bet you money. But yeah, the reference was real weird. Is the timing of it was the problem, not the movie reference. The things
Speaking
that
of
preceded
movies.
it was the problem.
Godzilla vs Kong. I've not seen it, but
See,
apparently,
neither have I.
Either.
apparently it's pretty good. Didn't you say
But-
that one?
Oh, it was excellent. I will recommend that to anybody to watch that. It's
Watch it
it's
this
probably
weekend.
would be a rewatchable one you can watch. Over and over and over. So
You know, Easter's this weekend. I had a weird thought. Celebrate Easter by watching Godzilla. Sorry.
But,
He's- maybe in 3 days, Kong will rise again.
but I really wanted to get everybody's opinion, not based on the movie, but who would win?
God, you reminded me of Austin Powers when you said movie there. Movie.
Movie.
It's groovy, baby.
That's
All right.
Godzilla with a shadow of a doubt. He would destroy Kong.
he does have like ridiculous powers, basically. Just
Well, he's
like
a living nuke, so
yeah.
Mhm.
But opposable thumbs are where it's at, man.
There's
Can't
so
compare.
much more you can do.
Can
Kong
Kong
can't
like throw a nuke at him? Because he's got thumbs. Look at this, I can throw shit.
Was
My own shit.
one trailer where it looked like Kong had something to block the Godzilla laser.
But it's a fucking nuclear laser.
He's blocking
lead.
it.
Lead would work for that.
Okay, you think Kong is that smart to think about
He's
lead?
got thumbs. That makes him smart.
Ah, yes, I forgot about this. You know, thumb.
The thumb to brains ratio.
Yeah, the thumb to brain ratio. How
If
could
you
I?
have
means, I
thumbs, you're
mean-
automatically considered smart. Remember, this is movie logic, not real logic.
Yeah, because movie logic on this one, they did do some things in there that were like not really questionable, but
A little bit of a
The-
stretch.
I wouldn't say a little bit of stretch because I mean they focus on the whole, which has been coming up lately because they were talking about another YouTube I watched was the whole Hollow Earth theory. I don't know if
The
a lot of
mole
you know.
man, the mole man society that lives beneath us.
The society under our society.
No, you're
The
talking
mole men or
about
the lizard people?
no, you're talking about the God, there's a writer that did a whole thing about Jules Verne, like
Journey
the
to the
whole.
center of the earth.
Yeah,
Some journey to the center of the
that.
earth.
Mhm.
That's it.
Gotta get
Yeah, I
covered.
mean it deals with that, and there's ways down, but I mean so. I'm trying not to spoil it because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. They need to watch it. So, but yeah, I really wanted to get everybody's opinion. Grims, who do you think will win?
Huh? Oh,
What are we talking about?
yeah.
Um,
I think Kong. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Depends. Do they want another movie?
Oh, it's this one.
No,
It goes. This is like a series going on because this
You
is
can
this
add a
off the-
new giant monster whenever you want. Doesn't have to be based on.
Both of
like,
these series have
history.
been running for years and years of
Yeah,
runs
and
in varying forms.
Yeah, because this ties in. I mean, because Mealy's in it, so that ties in with the last Godzilla movie, and then the one that is in Kong on this one. It's like they're introducing these younger kids that can not really they know the monsters. I don't know how, but I'm not trying to.
They've bonded
yeah.
with them.
They bonded
No.
with them, yeah.
Yeah.
But the way the movie is, I recommend it to anybody. So there's 3 or 4 battle scenes, so they go at it 3 or 4 times in different areas. So
It's actually pretty good.
Fuck. Sorry.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Okay,
oh,
there was-
if you
there was
only
al-
knew, if you only knew.
He's very offended by that.
Timing on that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
2, did you say?
I don't know what either of those are.
What?
King Kong or Godzilla?
I have no idea what those are.
Facepalm.
One's a big monkey and one's a big lizard. There's your answer.
Mhm.
I know what they are, but I'm saying that because I don't care about
Godzilla.
either of them. So
I
it doesn't
know.
matter to me.
Like the most oversimplified wrong answer you can give. But there you go.
Don't you watch anime? No, you don't watch anime.
I watch anime.
He does.
Then you think you would, kind of tie into that stuff a little bit.
No.
Not necessarily.
Same genre. I mean,
No.
or area, not genre, but same. They come out.
Same
they all started in the
geographical
same area.
location.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
geographic.
kind of
Geographic.
good. That's no.
So the specific rim, that's all from the same thing, isn't it?
It's close enough. For
It's-
Lone,
yeah.
so it
Yeah.
counts,
I like Lone's voice went so high. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys want to keep us up, these old men up.
That sounds bad.
That's a roll. You on a roll tonight? I don't know.
They
I
sell a
think
drug for keeping old men up, don't they?
They do.
they do.
The best part of that is how sad Trace.
It took me even a second to get that one too. I was like, oh, the blue
No.
pill.
Yeah, he said it. He like just out and said it. I was trying to
It
be.
could be the red pill.
too-
Which one would you take, the blue or the red?
No, the red pill is.
The best
I didn't know
joke
which one
is
was
that-
which, so I just took both.
I think it might be a Top Gear joke that if you take the blue pill and it gets stuck in your throat, does that mean you get like a stiff neck?
Stiff neck.
I don't think I
Boy.
that one.
I feel terrible for that joke. I'm
Mhm.
gonna leave now.
You should.
It
Yeah, I
wasn't
agree-
my joke. I was just repeating it.
I agree with Lone on the leading poll.
Okay, bye.
But going back to Kong vs Godzilla, I don't think Kong has a chance realistically. Also, I am like half to assume with how many fight scenes Lone just said, those like at least 2 different monsters. There's no way all those fight scenes were just Kong and Godzilla the entire time.
Well, I mean, look at you got water, you have multiple land situations. So,
Yeah, but there's no way. Maybe like 1 or 2 of the fights are them, but then they have to have some other conflict. I know how these movies will. There's just no way. It's just them 4 fights.
Yeah, 4 fights and no one gets like knocked out. Like, why would they stop?
Yeah, there's just like no way it can like they didn't like kill each other in 30 of those fights to have the 4th one.
I mean, one kind of does die.
Please be Kong. There's just no. I know it's Godzilla, but by him saying that, but to me, it's just such a weird like power level. Like I think a big ape does not equal big lizard with fucking nuclear powers. Just no way. But somehow the movie's gonna have it. Well, the Kong actually stands a chance in a fight or something. Some dumb.
Did you
thing
ever
like
think
that.
you'd be having that conversation you just had? The statement you just said, did you ever think you would say that?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
There's no way big ape equals big nuclear whatever. Would just like
No, I never thought I would have to say that, right? Thank you.
it's just one of those things that I think I say shit like that all the time, and I'm like, I don't think I
Has-
ever thought I
has-
would say this.
Is this the first time that the 2 of them actually have fought?
No.
Yeah, but I feel
Is
like
it not?
I feel like it.
It was in like the 60s or 70s. I thought there was a movie.
That
There's
was-
no way. I'm sure they've had to put them before. How did that? Do you know how that went down?
I'm not that old. Yeah, I'll have to look here. I can't remember. It's been a while since I.
So I feel like even back then, they would have known that one of them is clearly like stronger. Unless Kong is like one punch and just like kills. Like, it has a super immense strength somehow above Godzilla's. But like on just like a surface level, it just doesn't seem equal to me.
Kong could get lucky and like hit
That's what
him
I'm saying.
just right.
Unless they're going with Kong's protagonist in this plot armor on. I don't.
But both the movies have neither one of them have painted either one as like a bad guy.
That's true. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, technically, Godzilla is seen as like mostly bad until he saves people.
He's like ambivalent at
anti-hero.
best.
Yeah. God, he's the Joker. no, now like all I can see is Godzilla, but he has like white face paint and like a clown.
All I can think of him as the Punisher now, so he's got like a skull on his face.
It's just like. Oh no! I have to look up Godzilla Joker now. Someone has to have made this. There's no way. Wait a minute. There's a joke about the how I guess the critic score is pretty low, but then the user score is extremely high. And it's you know the first time where they're both hanging. Anyone know what I mean?
Where they're
Like the meme of like the guy is hanging. He's like saying first time.
Oh yeah, with what's his name?
It's better if I just show it.
Yeah, just show it because the only thing that comes to my head is the old '90s cat hanging
Frank
thing.
something? It starts with an F. I don't remember his name.
Let me go back on. I have to look.
Franco?
Oh, you're talking
James
about
Yeah, James.
old.
James Franco.
Yeah, that's his
The
last name.
2018 Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I guess is the movie. Never actually heard of that movie, but I've seen this shot many times. But apparently, I guess me look up. I got the movie. Let's see, Godzilla's Kong. I guess it has a super high Metacritic. God, I typed in M loan and I saw something. I have to ask you. I have to ask you now. Like after this.
You just spoiled it, didn't you?
Yeah. Actually, it's not that bad. 61 Metacritic, but 7.2 user score, so it's not even as the meme isn't even that true.
He's
I mean,
not
it looks good. I mean, I'll see it because it's just two monsters fighting each other. That just seems like cool enough.
The graphics
What if
are
they-
done really well.
What if they did like a Batman v Superman? They added a third monster.
The third monster to Batman
Oh,
Superman. Which one of those is the monster?
Yeah.
I remember when they introduced Wonder Woman into that, and people were going all over for that because the way they introduced her was amazing.
I actually can't even remember.
I mean, it would make
That movie
sense
now.
to allow continuous fighting. One fights the other, one has an advantage over the other, like a three-way deadlock.
I've got that song stuck in my head. Three-way song.
Oh, the Lonely. Wait.
Yep,
is
the
it-
Lonely Island one.
Yep. God.
You're welcome.
I just listened to it like about a month ago.
What were you doing? Listen.
I was just reviewing old Lily Island stuff, but thank you, Ray, for insinuating. No, I was just going back and just because they have really good hits. Like the thing is, you can't even I can't even just blast it because if my mom walks in and I have like certain songs, she'll like, oh, that's too bad. You can't listen to that. All the stuff of it's, oh, that's raunchy or stuff like that. But literally, I think all of Lonely Islands is pretty much that way.
Yeah, it's all for comedic effect.
But it's really good.
Very good.
But I think we saved the best topic for last. At least the one I was most hyped about. It's a very good one, and Blake, I'll have you lead this one. Which a post-apocalyptic?
Post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, which
Post-apocalyptic?
Don't talk.
Was that an Australian city or
Apocalyptic? Yeah, it does sound like Australian city.
Apocalyptic scenario which you prefer to be stuck in? And Abe has a combo with this of survival instincts. What would you use in a disastrous scenario?
You got me thinking of that freaking catchphrase they said in the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
When you say post-apocalyptic, no power, no internet, none of that fun stuff.
Well,
I'll
yeah,
tell you
you choose it. You have
I'll
to
tell you
choose it.
what-
That was the question. Which one would you want to be in?
The way that I was thinking the question would be nuclear winter, zombie apocalypse,
Nuclear summer.
major.
No, that's a thing.
Is that when you burn to death when the
No,
nuke first goes off?
imagine after the nuclear winter when the atmosphere clears up. You got no ozone.
No, I really like to think it's just whoever the survivors just have sunglasses on and I'm trying to
All I can
sunbathe.
think
And
is
then
like
Mad Max.
Terminator 2, and you like the fence and the melt, and when she melts and you just see her skeleton. That's what all I can think.
I'm sorry, it almost sounds like a correction, but I just really like to think that a nuclear winter where you freeze and a nuclear summer where you bone.
Mm-hmm.
You bone?
Bone.
Yeah,
Oh.
if you're only two left, you better. I tell you what tool I would use in any apocalypse scenario. It's called a gun with a bullet, and then I'm out of the scenario.
And now did you?
Raise is simple, man.
Yeah, it's just
I
like,
wouldn't
well,
disagree with
this
that.
sucks. I'm out.
I wouldn't disagree with that, but I would have to be like in the final step. I'm cornered. Time to go out.
Well, no, if I wake up and there's been nuclear, winter, summer, spring, whatever you want to call it,
Volcanic eruptions.
or anything like that, I'm just gonna look around and go, well, it's been a good run.
My time has come.
Yeah. I mean, there's a certain point where you're just like, gotta go.
I mean, that's not like they do that in some apocalyptic video games, even. So yeah. But like,
Because
let's say then let's try to do a scenario where like we get like handicapped, like the internet obviously is one, but like food shortages and basically think like 200 years ago lifestyle, but there's also
it's a lifestyle, but
destruction everywhere. Well, like 200 years ago lifestyle, you had to like make everything. Like you had to learn how to do everything.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I get what you're saying.
So you're talking about before industrial.
Yeah, pre-industrial, but also again, you can recover the technology it's around. Like you would have, like if you had a plan, and you still have the not to say the infrastructure stuff, but you still have the idea that there's stuff there, you can like scavenge it. I think that's the most ideal apocalyptic scenario, but not like
So it's sort of like recovery from major natural disaster.
let's not think of it as world ending because it's world changing obviously, but like the big natural disaster apocalypse stuff is obviously the ones that everyone's just gonna be like, fuck it, we just give up. and like the people that have the money or the resource or the preppers that can actually survive that are gonna be around. But let's not take it completely like that. Let's say there's just been a
Pause.
very dramatic change.
Keep going.
Pause. No,
Keep going.
Okay.
What happened?
Nothing.
Man, nothing.
I
Started stuff?
I feel like even in this zombies apocalypse, I feel like most of the stuff wouldn't just suddenly like go out like a lot of people like a lot of the shows show. I feel like
Yeah.
it would be like not like everything instantly just fails.
I feel like they could
The zombie apocalypse thing is
it's
the
over
zombie apocalypse thing-
dramatized.
So, Grim, as the most recent one to experience a apocalypse, how did it go?
Just curious about that. How are you, Grim?
Oh, I'm better.
I wasn't talking about that apocalypse. I was talking about the one came before that.
It sucked.
Yeah.
What, the snow apocalypse?
Yeah, the ice apocalypse, whatever you want to call it.
Right. What about Flint?
I got a question, Grims.
Okay, when you say Flint, do you mean the town or the
Flynn.
island?
Flynn. Sorry, I didn't say
Flynn.
that.
Oh, I thought you said Flint, like Flint, Michigan. I was like, wait a second.
No, that's separate.
Well, it's still a version of apocalypse of drinkable water, but still.
So, were the snowflakes bigger there? I mean, everything's bigger in Texas.
You can
so-
shoot the snowflakes
It's like
away.
big ass snowflakes. Oh yeah, the cowboys out there with 6-shooter shooting the snow out of the sky. That sounds very much like Texas, and that's how I'd like somebody to draw that now. I have to contact my niece and ask her to draw that for me. I'll send it to you, Grim. You can hang it up in your house somewhere.
Okay.
You should do. You should have her draw him with the side hitting, chopping the snowflake in half, and it's still bigger than him.
You should give him a harpoon, him throwing it at the snowflakes.
No, that's
no, raise the
raise.
harpoon.
Oh yeah.
Can't believe you'd give Grim my harpoon.
I
thought
killed
were
you and
talking
took
about
it.
Ray. I thought you were talking about Ray when you were saying that though.
Yes, because I'm the type to use the 6-shooter.
Don't you?
No, I thought he was talking about you, and then I was gonna add on to a harpoon, but no, you were talking about someone else.
No, like for me, something like a zombie apocalypse living in Australia here, like the
It's like an
likelihood of
everyday
it,
thing.
You
What?
get the nature
No,
clear the
the
zombies out
the
for you.
likelihood of the the fact that there is actually no land border
Yeah.
here, someone would have to fly in to actually have something like that happen.
Can I point to COVID for you guys? That as far as like getting diseases, I mean, I think
Yeah,
Australia did get it.
It.
I mean, you're not New Zealand. Let's remember that.
Especially if we're going
No,
off.
New Zealand had it.
Yeah, but they were able to squash it because they're so small and so isolated.
New Zealand, big brain.
New Zealand, lucky location. Let's be honest. Big brain and lucky location.
I mean, you guys will still get it. It's just like how preventable, like how much of it would spread, how quickly.
The ability to isolate it is going to be much better
Yeah,
here
like
than
you
it
guys
would
could
be
isolate
elsewhere.
probably to a city.
Like, have you ever read the book World War Z? Not the movie, the book.
I have not read World War Z, no.
Okay, either read it or listen to the audiobook, and it's so good. Because it's basically at the aftermath of the zombie apocalypse. And like the audiobook is the one I listen to. It's like it's written like he's interviewing, he works for the UN and he's going around interviewing all these people and their different experiences. It is so good. Like Alan Alda's in it, and there's a bunch of big names in it that play voices in it, and it's so freaking good. Just a really interesting story.
Speaking of Max,
The
did you
computer?
see that? No, Max Brooks, the writer of that book.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see he's supposed to be doing a Minecraft book?
No.
What?
How do you do
Don't
a
know
This,
that I'd ever
this is not April
read
Fool's.
it.
I saw this like a month ago, and I forgot
Don't know
to
that I'd
share it.
ever read
Or-
Minecraft, if I'm honest.
That leads me to the topic of those someone made like a fan fiction book, it's sent to Co. I can't remember.
This sounds familiar.
I'm sure you know about it, Abe. Because I think
There was a fan
It's-
fiction with pause, I think, in there too.
well, it was like a whole like fiction of like popular Minecraft YouTubers, and I remember one of them make the main villain of it was Etho, and I can't remember if the main character was like a self-insert or whatever, but it was like as Co was flipping through. Oh, I remember what it was. Notch. Notch was the like the main like good guy or something. It's a really interesting book, and you can't like find any info on it. It's like pretty much like all hidden because it's like a bland like white cover, like it barely like made copies or whatever. But you can find it on Amazon. I will have to go find it one day.
What a crazy world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no, natural disaster, I think, is probably the one that I would prefer.
11?
Post-apocalyptic natural disasters.
Which would you prefer if it happens, basically? Right?
Well, I
Probably the
like the
volcano.
tsunami is probably the one that's going to affect me the most because of the proximity to the coast. But
So what you're saying that if you had one of those tsunami things, that's what you would prepare for.
I like how like not nonchalantly, but like how casual. So one of those tsunami things, It
Well,
almost
it's the ball thing. You hop in and you can ride the wave.
what?
You haven't seen this?
There's a tsunami. This is a tsunami
it's-
protection thing that he's talking about. But
No,
it does sound like you're talking about one of those gerbil balls that you ride down the side of the hill.
That's basically what you're in, but you're in a sea.
basically what it is,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
That's
well,
insane.
it's like made out of like it's a little tougher material than the clear plastic of one of those gerbil balls. It's be a little more clear. I mean, I'm all for like riding a gerbil ball through a tsunami, but it seems like
Sounds great. I just like the idea of someone like in a little plastic ball like crashing through waves, but like, I'm fine. This ball will protect me. and then Shulk comes in and like hits the bites on the ball, and it just deflates.
What about those? Like a killer whale can go like 15 feet in the air. They can putt you.
Yes, this goes back to
I was say, wait a second.
last week. Yep.
It's come full circle.
Yeah, I'm very glad it has come full circle. God, I love going back to orcas. But I love orcas. Just so like mean.
The
aggressive.
whales?
Yeah. The last week I showed a video of a seal being punted by a orc like 40 feet up in the air. I always feel like I would love to. I don't want to say like a space scenario, but like being trapped up in space kind of sounds pretty cool for a
Because if it
scenario.
gets too bad, you can just eject yourself.
Yeah, I
Just
don't
open
know.
your mask.
Yeah, I'm out.
Not like alien level. Well, like I'm on board with like a living organism that's trying to kill me, but like the world is dead and you have to survive up in space. Not like motion level, but like in a space.
So, okay, what about this? Did you watch, what was the Fox show, The Last Man on Earth?
Oh yeah.
Did you ever watch that?
No.
Okay, well, it dealt with one of the astronauts being stuck up in the ISS, and he actually made it back down through one of the escape pods, or yada yada. That's the scenario. So something like that. Basically, the world's ended, and there's no way of coming back down. But he came back down.
I don't remember that. But most likely what you're saying, yeah. I feel like I would be okay maybe in Zombie too.
Well, I mean, ISS does have a escape shuttle. Not like a
Okay.
space shuttle. It's like a.
But where would you go though?
The only time it has the escape one is if one of the storage things is up there. Typically, one of the Soyuz, or like the Dragon capsule, or it doesn't have a state one that's docked up there 24 hours or 24/7.
I thought they did.
No,
It's like a little tiny mini shuttle.
no, that's the Seeker spy plane.
Hold on.
Are we getting into government conspiracy theories here?
Oh yeah.
What, the X-21, or what is it? What is it? The one that just spent like 727 days up in space, and it's a drone.
Are you talking about? I might be thinking something different, but there's like a Russian rover that they discovered.
Now you're getting into international espionage. What now?
About a few years ago, they found the Luna one or something. Not Luna one, something. First Russian probe that they sent to the moon, a rover to the moon, and it was basically apparently still like working, even though they lost it. And they were using that to do some tests on Einstein's theories.
It says X-38.
That's something different.
Which is like a 1/4 size of the old space shuttle.
Yeah.
Speaking of, my space shuttle should be done in about an hour.
Oh,
Oh,
you
you're talking about.
printing one?
Yes.
How's that going?
I don't know. I would hope pretty good.
How many things have you made so far?
10 to 15. Laser. Laser, I've done probably 12 images. 12 different images on different things.
How have those turned out? Like,
Pretty good, pretty good.
Okay, good.
I've done a lot of coasters. As soon as I took those coasters that I did into work, a lot of people liked them.
What you charging?
I don't know. I was looking at what Etsy and all them were going for. So
I imagine eventually you start charging.
I mean, I'm still in the practice. You know, I just got it, still playing with it, and you know, it's working for me. So
But have you you think it's gonna be like a worthwhile investment though? Like, do you think you're gonna make money from it, or is it more just like a hobby?
I can probably do both. Roommate, brother-in-law doesn't work. He's old military, retired now. So needless to say, he's home during the day. So needless to say, I could do a cycle like that. If I'm not here, he can do whatever, switch it out for me. So
That's good. I mean, sounds like you're gonna
we'll just say I already want to buy more.
right. But at least it sounds like on the side, at least you're going to make something out of it, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I've already made $25.
Oh, that's good. Well, I mean, how much did that cost again?
We're not going to talk about that. It wasn't one of the cheap ones,
Ah, I see.
and
And
it
then you had
wasn't
to
one of the
order filament.
$20,000 ones. Just
And
take
then you
a
had to
zero
order-
off the 20,000.
Then you had to order 10 tons of filament to go into it.
Well, the
Mm.
filament ain't that bad. It's $26 or roughly $20 to $40.
I mean, I think it's fine. I mean, again, you're doing it as a hobby right now, so it's an investment.
And I
Like,
got
as
a
a
gag
hobby.
gift. I'm gonna print eventually.
So
And
I have a
when I
question
print
for you,
that,
Alone.
I will definitely post a picture of it.
So
And you can already guess what it will be.
I don't know
I'm
if you
trying to guess.
I don't know if you watch Tested.
Yes, I
all.
do. And I want one of the resin printers.
Yeah, so that like cures it prints and you cures it at the same time, right? Like it uses it as a liquid and
It kind of cures it. It basically you have to put the UV light. It's actually what cures it. So you actually have to take it out,
you have to like
drain
finish
it,
curing
wash it, and then you actually have to put it in a UV oven.
But it's got to have a UV light in the printer itself, right?
It
Like
does.
as the resin comes out, yeah. Because he didn't show it, and I was like, "This is I don't know that I've ever seen one quite like that." It's very interesting, like how he was talking about when he was printing it for his crown, and it was like it had some mismatch, and he said it was due to the floor shaking. I was like, "Wow, that's very delicate." If it's just the floor shaking,
I'm
can
thinking of
cause
a
that.
different episode because the one I was just watching was the one. He reminds me of Graham, but he's what's his name?
Oh,
Yeah, the one whenever he goes into incognito into the Comic Cons, he's always with him.
yeah,
Oh, Adam.
No,
no, Adam's the main guy. We're
Norm?
talking about the other dude that's the photographer.
Norm.
Norm, that's it. Yeah.
Norm, yeah, he's been testing the new. It's not the Mars; it's called the Saturn,
Mhm.
which is kind of funny. He's been,
Yeah,
which is a
Adam-
bigger version. He's been
Adam's
testing
got a
it at
huge
home.
one. He's got a bigger one than Adam's got in his shop. Adam's got one that's like huge.
The difference between the one I got and that one is fine detail. If you want fine detail, that's the way to go.
Yeah, I figured his probably the one that Adam Savage bought probably is in the 20,000 range. I'd bet.
He was gifted that one, I thought.
The resin, the one Adam has, I think he bought that.
Oh yeah, because the one Norm has is a
It's
test
probably
one.
the tester. Yeah. So he found one. He found because he's been doing prop building and shit for years, and is finally getting to 3D printing.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, trust me, I haven't done any mask or anything yet. I have one to print. It is a wolf head.
I like his test print was a piece of a blaster from Star Wars. I was like, that fits.
I really like. I would like to get in something like that, but I just don't think I can.
Well, I mean, the resin is only.
Are you just
You
talking
can get
about like
those
what he
for
does as a whole?
$2.99, or yeah, the whole thing, or like all the different steps you have to do.
Just 3D printing in general. I mean, but I feel like that would be a cool hobby.
Yeah,
Not like super extreme, but like just in general.
I've tried many different hobbies over the years. Never quite get one to stick. Like I've got a whole thing of like glass pieces, and I was gonna get into like doing something with them, or I don't know. It's like, eh.
I did order a what is it, Andrino kit today, or that
Yeah.
one I posted today. Um, that's what actually the shuttle is being printed for. I mean, it's a little thing. It's only about the size of your hand. If you put your hand up, that's how tall it is. But it lights up the base of it like it's actually smoked and all that. So
Oh, I just saw the coastals, by the way, when I looked in the channel. It's very nice. Like them.
thank you.
Very nice.
Very nice.
I like.
But I don't know. I feel like it would be cool to like make stuff whenever you need it. Granted, maybe not. You can't always make exactly what you need for every little situation, but like small components. So
Yeah,
some
because
the whole
timing is everything on 3D printing. The time it takes. I'm sure Flint's told you, or you.
Yeah,
How long? I guarantee those characters that he did took quite a while.
yeah. Obviously, it takes time and it just takes patience, and also, especially the more complex you get, you gotta get into the program to, make sure everything is gonna print fine.
Oh yeah, because
Because
it's not just you got a different company that makes the plastic or the PLA. It's polyacid, I think is what it's called. Um, but there's different companies that make it. Everyone's gonna be set up different. Um, so you know how some work, some won't do what you want. You have to go with a different one. Some setups, like with your ABS, which ABS is actually what Legos is made out of. I found that pretty interesting.
Lego blocks.
Lego. No, I'm sorry. Here we go. Legos. I'll take
Lego.
that.
Lego. No S.
Oh,
There's no S.
I know that's why I said Legos.
what
Uh-huh.
happened? Like, what's what was the issue with Lego?
oh, you don't know it's Lego is a name brand, so it's not an S. You can't say Legos, and that's not correct. To make a plural,
The
it's Lego
plural.
blocks. Lego is incorrect because it's a brand name. As stupid as
but,
that
like,
sounds.
I need a Kleenex because I hurt myself pouring off this Velcro.
That's
How
it.
about that for-
It's just Band-Aid.
Yeah,
Like, who
Uh-huh.
cares?
there's so many of those now.
I know.
Yeah, who cares?
Oh,
It's-
I don't care whatsoever. Apparently, people at Lego care though.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
they
like,
can go
boy,
suck a
you guys
dick.
have nothing to do. It's
Uh-huh.
like you guys must be extremely bored if this is what you've got
I
to worry
actually saw
about.
something that made me laugh. Someone did at Legos, and the real Lego came and said, "Are you an idiot?"
Wow.
It wasn't that, but it was basically that. Like, you do know that's not us.
It's a
It's
good
like,
customer service.
Mhm.
seriously? But I still love Lego, so
They're not endorsing
like
us, so
Lego.
it's fine. We can fuck them up.
Well, if we get a brand deal, we'll take all this back immediately.
uh-huh.
yeah. Just somehow Lego, just somehow finds us. Mhm.
I've bought enough of their shit.
Same.
I'm almost as bad as Good as far as buying shit.
I'm worse than Good.
I only have one.
Just one Lego.
Just
set.
one Lego.
One Lego kit.
just
like,
one,
it's
just one big one.
It's
I
the
Really?
it's the Frank Lloyd Wright Falling Water building in
No
Lego.
I must
comment.
have over 100.
I know
No
of one.
comment on mine.
I
You
know.
got the Falcon, didn't you?
Oh god, I have a couple of friends at work who are mad, absolutely mad Lego purchasers and builders.
Yep.
To the point where they will actually buy 2 of a new set
Oh, to keep one for later.
to
Unopened.
keep one unopened. Yeah.
I got 0.
Legos are
They
just
have
way too
a room
expensive now.
dedicated to it.
Yeah, like I really wanted the Millennium Falcon. I am not paying almost $900 for a Lego set.
I'll build you one. And I'll give it to you in probably 2030.
I know of someone who has a lot of the Legos who might be watching this.
Yeah, I
He
think we
might
all
have
know him.
he might have the most Legos I've seen. But
Graph?
I know he at least has the most Lego figures.
nah, someone who starts with the little Z.
I've not seen him tonight.
Zebra?
Zeus.
Yeah, did you know Zeus the God is actually watching? Shout out to Zeus.
Oh,
Zip,
Zeus
zip.
died. Did anybody hear? Did Zeus actually die?
What? Did he? What?
I love saying this.
What?
Zeus, the robot dog from SpaceX,
Oh.
Starship 11 actually landed on him.
Why did I think Boston Dynamics for a second?
It is Boston Dynamics. It's the
Wait.
Zeus
They landed,
robot dog.
they landed
Wow.
a spaceship on him.
It kind of crashed on him. It
Oh.
splatted on him.
Oh
So,
God.
Holy shit. Hold on, I gotta look at this now. So Zeus is...
put in meme. It's in the meme. Type in Zeus RIP.
I'm just gonna search it in Google. Zeus robot dog.
They even have a doghouse for him down there, and that's basically what the top half of the ship landed on. If you didn't find it, I'll find it real quick for you.
Oh, in the channel, I was just looking at Google. I'm trying to find it, and just nothing. It just says they bought a dog, and saying that like it wandered the site, but didn't say anything yet. It's being destroyed. But I do see MIT robot dog for sale, and now I'm very interested. I would love to have one of those robot dogs. That'd be cool. Does anyone else get a? Okay. Do people
I'm
get?
looking for it. So
Does anyone get scared of like how far we're coming with robots? So we're gonna have the robots taking over the world.
Terminator?
Nope, I've got
Yeah.
the ultimate solution to everything. I told you it earlier.
The
Mhm.
bullet in the gun?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Oh, robots getting out of control. Let me take it out. Hold on.
I felt people get scared, and I don't know.
I don't think robots are gonna get to that point because, I mean, the worst it's gonna be is a guy that controls a really advanced AI that's probably in charge of economics or something, and then moves into military. But I don't think a robot is gonna be like, just start killing people. Like, to me, I feel like it should be easy to turn that thing off because I'm pretty sure the amount of people that will go just bomb it or just throw stuff at it until it goes away are going to be very responsive. Not only that, but like I remember seeing, what was it? So it's a AI demonstration about some, or was it Boston Dynamics about them, how fast they went into making an actual, no, it was something else. I don't remember. But it apparently showed a unique way of doing, of like problem solution. And just because it was unique and maybe it was more efficient doesn't mean that it knew how to do like variety or something like, I want to say, not off topic, but like out of the box thinking, let's say. I don't think a AI is going to be good at that. It's going to be pretty much simple and follows its one idea, and it's going to be easy to outwit it. It's probably going to be annoying and probably dangerous, but I don't think it's going to be. It might get like deadly, but I don't think it's going to be like panic inducing.
Yeah, I feel like everyone who I've heard say that has this irrational fear of it. And I just don't see it. It's just like we control it. Those I don't think like any time. If it even were to happen, I just don't see a point where we could just not stop it.
I'm
Like
a
I,
data fan, so
What?
I had to think about what you were saying there for a second, and then I realized what you meant by data.
thank you. Thank you. Star Trek.
Android.
yeah, I just feel like we would know. Like we
Okay.
could like, oh, it's gonna happen. We'll pull the plug. Bye.
So you're talking about AI, but what about biomechanics?
Like people getting
Cyborgs?
implant or like not like take a step back, like implants, like people needing to
Take a
like,
step back, buddy.
No, because that's the first thing I think people think of when it comes to like mechanics and people. Like they think, oh,
Sci-fi.
yeah. But like I'm thinking the first things people are probably gonna want to work with are like,
Penises.
yes, go play Cyberpunk, Grims. But like
Damn.
they're gonna be artificial organ ideas and concept, and that's the study that people are going into because that's also the study of increased longevity, making people live forever, stuff like that, or curing diseases. Because like if you just get rid of the organ, that's the problem. Replace with an organ that you can control, that works, that's not gonna go bad. That's pretty much the end all solution for aging and dying and disease, you would think. And then there's a bunch of other stuff that would go into that conversation. Again, the philosophical and political and economical, militaristic. But if you're going to be doing the base simple stuff, like right now, I think most people are just working for like amputees, like people wanting to walk again or write again or have like deformities. Like those are the people that are probably getting the primary like work done. I don't think anyone's going to be trying to do the live forever question anytime soon.
Unfortunately, prosthetic development happens at a rapid pace when there's a war actively going on. Unfortunately, that is a side effect of that. It's a good side effect of an unfortunate thing.
I mean, don't need that if you just get the funding, but
Yeah.
Oh, that's where the
doesn't
funding
happen
comes
without
from.
a cause.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's yeah, or artificial organs are going to be the way eventually, probably, maybe.
At least for something that you just seem like, I'm probably thinking about like what you call it, people that are born with just like or like they like like they're on a list. I'm thinking like maybe kidneys first, but then there's also people that are born with either like a weak heart or a non-functioning organ or like like pancreas and stuff like that. People with diabetics.
Mm-hmm.
And those are probably going to be the initial. I'm pretty sure no one's thinking of, oh, let me, like, again, like Grimm's. Let me think about extending my genitalia.
Did he say
Or
that? Oh, I stopped listening to him.
Grimm says
Wow.
penis.
No.
But,
Make it
but I'm pretty
interchangeable.
sure no one's
Oh,
thinking of, like, let's
so-
put hydraulics in my arm and see how much I can lift. Like, there's definitely more to it than just your arms being able
So
to.
you know, like a robotic penis is kind of already a thing.
I definitely remember hearing. Now that you say that, I definitely remember the one conversation they had. I think it was with Justin in the group about a guy who had an artificial penis because
Well, it was like somebody had.
got an
There's
accident.
somebody. Well, there's one person that had. Let's see. There's a group of people that have a surgery that don't start life with one and get one, and apparently
What?
one of transitioning people.
Oh,
Apparently, the way it works is one of your balls is like an air bladder that you pump up.
Pump the jam.
So yeah, that's how that works.
Also, Ray, when you said that, it made me think that they just had nothing. And I
Yeah,
just-
like Barbie or Ken.
yeah, I thought they were just Ken. I was going to say I've never heard of that.
No, I'm talking about like people
I
are
heard of-
transitioning.
They
Yeah, I
got
hope
tired of
so.
using strap-ons and went to
Imagine if
full...
you if you were if you were born with nothing, I think you would have the same procedure. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I just never heard anyone born with nothing. What a way to end on, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Talking about penises.
A true classic.
If it fits with this group.
Yeah.
Oh, it fits with some people, yeah. Okay, I guess I've said my own fair share of phrases, but I think we should wrap it up here. It's been a nice little episode. Went around the board a little bit, but we found our way back to like Ray said, penises at the end. So I think
It
we're
all
gonna
comes
Well,
back
like
to
Ray.
penises in the end.
go ahead, Lone.
I
Penis.
think Lone said that.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up here before we keep on going. But thank you for coming for episode 13 here. Quite a long one, I think. Almost in that 2 hours now. But we'll stream this again on 3 Twitch channels live. We have twitch.tv GrimReaperLP, twitch.tv Lone_Wolf_ENT, and
Meow.
twitch.tv 2 Fresh for you. And it's the letter U. But thank you guys for coming, and we'll see you guys next week with episode 14. So until then, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Put the penis in the
everybody.
bottle.
Penny has 6 hearts.
Yeah. Abigail has 7.
What?
Ooh.
Or
How'd you do
we're not
that?
going one more